Hey, Vinyl Community, Jeff here, and I have got a couple new items that came in. These actually were mail order items that came in, one of which I ordered before I even got here to South Carolina, and then it came out and dropped. And it's a great one, and I wanted to make sure you all did not miss out on either one of these. These are, they're not like major releases in the sense that, you know, you probably are going to see them always in your record stores, but let's get right into this. This is one of the ones I was really excited about. Soul Driver. Now, what we got, and this is, you know, Frontier Records are notorious for pairing together people of, you know, from various bands, putting together super group type things. They've always got these projects going out like that. And one thing with Frontier Records that you can pretty much be assured of is they're going to have that melodic hard rock, melodic metal. They're going to be, you know, they don't have anything really aggressive on their label. Pretty much everything is either, you know, classic metal or, you know, AOR would be the extremes. At the poppier side, AOR, to the like classic, you know, Stryper's on there now and some other bands. And as I mentioned Stryper because this is Michael Sweet. So what they've done here is they paired together Michael Sweet on vocals, and then you got Alessandro. I will not butcher his last name. He's in bands like Jorn. He was in Jorn's bands. He's a guitar player, plays bass and everything on here too. Hardline, bands like that. So there are bands that, you know, the bands that tend to be either kind of on the power melodic metal side to more or less just an AOR hard rockin' type band. And then you got Stryper, you know. And what they've done is they've got together to put together an album of all melodic hard rock song. So there's no real, you know, harder edge Stryper stuff on here, and it's not really, I would, you know, there may be some stuff that people may want to tinker with AOR, but really it's solid hard rock, but it's kind of like the power hard rock songs that you would hear from all these bands have a couple of them. Even Stryper has a couple of them. So this is one entire album of just solid hard rock and, you know, with a very melodic side. And so, I mean, you know, like I say, it's got a lot, you know, lots of guitar and stuff like that. So it's not light in the sense of that. It's just not, it doesn't cross much over into what would be considered, you know, the harder edged, the metallic edge for the most part. So yeah, it sounds great. Michael sounds great. Just came out, just got it in this week. It is a single album, but it is a gatefold. It's just the lyrics in there. And it comes on a gold vinyl. So yeah, check it out. Frontier Records. It just dropped this week and came in here. So was excited about that. Been enjoying that. And then this is one I'm sure that you probably are not as familiar with. Freak Show, So Shall It Be. Now, Freak Show have been around for a handful of years. I showed their CD, their first CD, a while back, at least a year ago, because I got, even though it's a 2009 release, for some reason I only picked it up not too long ago. The band was kind of a super group of sorts. You got singer Ronnie, I don't want to butcher his last name, but he's the mainstay, and then the other musicians have changed over the years. When the band first started, you had Frankie Banali on drums, you had Jeff Lebar on guitar, both of whom have passed away. So, but they did an album in 2009. There was another album that the band did in 2015. And then this is their most recent 2023. So they haven't done a whole lot. But on this time around, we got Carlos Cavazo on guitar, Stet Howland on drums, and Greg Chasin on bass. So Carlos Cavazo, of course, mainstay in Quiet Riot back in the day, in the heyday when they were around. He later went on to join Rat for a while, did some stuff with them. Greg Chasin he was in Badlands, he was in Red, he was in Die Happy, he's done so much work. He's got a brother that was the guitar player, you know, or the bass player in Keel. He himself played with Ron Keel early on in the Steeler days, he was in there, not when, you know, Malmsteen and all them were in there, but the band had done some other recordings before Malmsteen and them came on board. But, so he was with them. his other brother plays with was it Tuff, I believe. He has a brother that plays Tuff, so their family is very musically inclined. Stet Howland, of course, was in Wasp. He's been in Metal Church. He's done stuff with Belladonna, Joey Belladonna. He did Blackfoot for a bit. He's been in Impellitteri. So anyway, yeah, Stet's been around. Great stuff there. But now, so this is like a new lineup. Same singer with Ronnie on vocals and guitar or bass. Oh yeah, guitar, second guitar. And yeah, so this just dropped. This is on Aeonian Records. You've heard me mention them a lot because they release a lot of classic, unsigned type bands from the late 80s, early 90s. But they also put out a couple of new bands. They put out, this is really, I think, what is this, like their second vinyl release. So this is one of the newer bands that they've done. Now, Ronnie, the singer, guitar player in this band, also does Miss Crazy, which Aeonian Records has released a bunch of CDs by them. And so that's like another side project he does. But so Aeonian Records does release some, current stuff, but while the majority of the releases they do are classics. But this is one, and then this one they dropped on CD and vinyl. So of course I grabbed it. I believe it's got an insert here, and it's got a dedication in memory of Jeff Labar from him passing back in 2021, and it's just black. So yeah, he was so anyway, great stuff. It's just what you would think. It's going to be old school, hard rocking, borderline metallic. I wouldn't want to throw the glam or hair on there, but these guys are from that era, so it's just going to be good old fashioned, hard rocking stuff that you would expect from the late 80s, early 90s type feel. Yeah, so anyway, just want to make sure you didn't miss that. This is one that's probably a little more obscure. You probably may have heard of the Frontier, but both of these are probably not going to be on record shelves, I wouldn't think, unless your record store carries, some more obscure stuff. So anyway, want to make sure you didn't miss out on these. These are two great releases that just came in, and check them out. And I will see you later. Rock on and rock hard.